My name is Ramneek Singh Mack, and I'm your co-host for the evening. I am a labor and employment defense attorney, but aside from my day job, I have been a professional DJ since my junior year in high school, though that life has slowed down quite a bit because of the legal career. My love for music began when I was very young, when I did kirtan with my sister, before switching to tabla once the voice deepened, and then band in middle school and high school and DJ and Dhol. My connection to music is a big part of who I am, and I'm thrilled to present the immense talent you are about to see this evening. I'll be co-hosting today with Sundeep Morrison, who is absolutely amazing. So please, let's meet Sundeep.
Sat Sri Akal. My name is Sundeep Morrison. I'm a queer, non-binary Punjabi Sikh artist and activist, and I am excited to be hosting the Sikhlens virtual concert. I've had the privilege of bringing my solo show, Raghead, which explores Sikhi in America to Sikhlens, and appreciate the inclusivity and spotlight that Sikhlens casts on diverse artists.
Thank you, Sundeep. We are both pleased to introduce the Sikhlens virtual concert. Over the next 3 hours, you will witness 15 exciting performances. Our performers include musicians, spoken word artists, and even a comedian. These performances are brought to you by the many Sikhlens sponsors that have sponsored our in-person events in the past. This is new for them too, and we sincerely appreciate their support. So, let's get started. Himmat Singh is a singer and multi-instrumental artist known for his vocals and blend of multiple cultural styles. Born and raised in the Bay Area, California, he fell in love with music at a young age, learning Gurmat Kirtan, and developed his creative passions in Los Angeles. Himmat graduated from the University of Southern California with a dual degree in computer science and business. He now works as a program manager in a technology company in the Bay Area, in addition to making music. Himmat works with a professional studio in San Francisco to create unique songs that blend genres of R&B, soul, pop, and Punjabi folk. He writes his lyrics in English, Punjabi, and Spanish. Himmat is an independent artist who directs his music videos and composes his own song melodies.
Hey Sikhlens family, my name is Himmat Singh, and I'm a singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumental artist from the Bay Area, California. And today I'll be taking you through my journey of music.
I wanna know you better. I've been feeling better. I gotta know you better.
In our first step of the journey, we have to look at my childhood, which is where I learned Indian classical music through Kirtan Rag, taught to me by my mother. She instilled a lot of love, passion, and discipline when it came to music. I was a little shyer back then, so it wasn't until college where I started to develop this taste and this love for music, and with the support of my friends and family, started to sing more and get used to that. When a couple of friends and I got together and made a song, a cover of Long Gavacha, a traditional Punjabi folk song, just kind of low budget, friend pillow in front of behind a mic kind of a situation. And when we released it, there was such a positive reception to it. That's when the thought of making music kind of took off for me. This next music video will be a taste of Long Gavacha. I hope you enjoy. मेरी चाल बेदाई पिछ पिछे आन मेरी चाल बेदाई चिरे वालिया वेखदा आए वे मेरा लौंग बाजा पिछ पिछे आन मेरी चाल बेदाई पिछ पिछे आन मेरी चाल बेदाई चिरे वालिया वेखदा आए वे मेरा लौंग बाजा डिगा मारदा आए वे मेरा लौंग बाजा मेरा लौंग बाजा मेरा लौंग बाजा चिरे वालिया वेखदा आए वे मेरा लौंग बाजा। I hope you really enjoyed that taste of Langavacha. To see that and my other music on any streaming platform, just search up Himmat Singh. But don't go yet. We still have some more journey to go through. What Langavacha made me realize and helped me understand was that I could package music up and ship it off to anywhere in the world. And that was so powerful to me because I could be as creative as I wanted to with songs and songwriting. So the next step for me was to write my own song. And given my background of being a first generation American-born Sikh or Punjabi, I wanted to bring together the Punjabi language but also English and package it into music that I liked hearing and liked singing, so pop and R&B with a little bit of English and Punjabi. So my next song is called Girl Get to Know Me. I hope you enjoy it.
इस बारी मैं सोच नहीं सकता कि तू मुंदरी तेरी उंगली ते ना रखदा तेरी याद मैनू बार बार आवे हर वेले सोच मेरे कुड़िए तू आवे सानू एक पल चैन ना आवे केड़ी गल वाली गानी कोका तैनू पावे तेनू पावे तेनू तेनू पावे तेनू छावे कुड़िए तू छावे तेनू पावे तेनू तेनू पावे तेनू छावे तेनू तेनू छावे मुख तेरा वेख गोरीए चंद शर्माउंदा मुख तेरा वेख गोरीए चन शर्माउंदा झांझर पाके अखा मटका के तू लगदी है सोहनी girl get to know me झांझर पाके अखा मटका के तू लगदी है सोहनी girl get to know me बस चाहिदा तेरे टाइम कुरे wine and dine fancy time कुरे हिम्मत ले टाइम पास कुरे इन्ना सोना तू नचना डांस कुरे
Girl Get to Know Me was a first for me in a lot of different ways. It was my first single that I had written and composed myself and with a producer released it, wrote, directed, edited the music video. That also helped me, just like Langavacha, open up doors in my mind to say, this is something that I want to continue to do and I want to take it a step higher. So I started working with a professional studio in San Francisco and really hone in on how I wanted to package this music and show it to all you. And what that ended up being was a song called Tere Naal. Tere Naal is that first step into discovering my sound. It's an R&B soul vibe. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy a little snippet of Tere Naal.
एक स्टोरी ते मैं पाउना वड्डी गड्डी मैं चलाउना रातां नू इंस्टा ते गज़ला भी मैं गाउना अखां नाल नखरे ना दिखावे दे रिप्लाई एक बार मेरी जिंद कदों आवे एले च तू घुमदी फिरदी बे एरिया च वापस कुड़िए कदों आवे I don't need you but I want you Tere naal, tere naal I don't know you, but I want to Tere naal, tere naal Tere naal
Tere Naal was that song that I took everywhere with me. I loved the sound, the vibe, how it came out, and that really gave me a lot of confidence, and I believe it put me on the map of being recognized as an artist, as a musician, It was the first song that I took to Spotify and Apple Music and started submitting to stores and blogs and playlists. It was something that I was truly, truly proud of. And for me, that just meant there were more steps to be taken and higher grounds to be reached. I had a lot of fun shooting this next music video just with a couple of friends again. And without further ado, I present to you the part 2 to Terenal called Throwing Away Your Love. Enjoy.
I wanna know you better. I've been seeing it better. I gotta know you better. I gotta get you. Thrown away your love, thrown away your love, thrown away your love. Don't throw away my love, throw away my love, throw away my love. Thrown away your love, thrown away your love, thrown away your love. Sun-kissed brown eyes, thick lips, thick thighs. In the morning or night, you got me hypnotized. Kiतना tera hath fara diliya galla, kitna samjhawa. Thrown away your love, thrown away your love, thrown away your love. Cruising down the street like we in Paris. Lean on over to me, whisper something sweet. While you on repeat, sipping on that tea, just you and me, baby girl. You ain't like those girls that wear their evil in disguise. Your hand in my hand makes me feel super fly. One more time before you leave for the night, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl. Mehndi teri sajdi sajna, geeta ch tu tapdi sajna. Tere vyah da jora jachda ਅੰਬਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਤਾਰੇ ਚਮਕੇ, ਗੁੱਤ ਤੇ ਪਗੜੀ ਵੀ ਫੱਬਦੇ, ਤੇਰੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਜੋੜੀ ਜੀਵੇ Thrown away your love, thrown away your love, thrown away your love. Don't throw away my love, throw away my love, throw away my love. Thrown away your love, thrown away your love, thrown away your love. काले खंभे ने काबा दे, नीया जबलों नौन चलिए, ठंडे पानी दरियावा ते.
Thrown Away Your Love was released in May 2020, so not too long ago, but as I mentioned earlier, it was a attempt to again bring together genres and different cultures, and at the end there I had a traditional folk Punjabi song to cap it off. Thrown Away Your Love also allowed me to again say, hey, this is something I want to focus on. I want to really develop what the sound is. So over the summer, I recorded and pulled together about 4 or 5 songs, which I've been releasing on a steady basis. The first song, Pretty Girls, in August 2020, Maria in September, Old Love in October. And I'll show you some snippets of these songs to really give you an idea of who I am becoming as an artist, where I've come since Long Gavacha. And without further ado, I'm going to show you Pretty Girls, which is an R&B soulful song, Maria, which has a Latin twist on it, Old Love, which is again an R&B soulful song. I hope you guys enjoy.
I just want pretty girls to sing my songs, lip syncing while they driving all night long. Want pretty girls to sing my songs, just whipping while they vibing all night long. While they driving me crazy. When they call me baby. I I just want pretty girls to sing my songs, lip syncing while they driving all night long. Got that Cali swag on, feeling real good. Moonlight skinny dipping in my neighborhood. Let me tell you about my West Side story. Hair slick, leather jacket, don't bore me. My room in the middle of the night, yeah. Saw something that put me in a fright, yeah. Maria, Maria, you look so fine walking in the moonlight. Maria, 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 Maria. Saw a monster with his eyes so bright, yeah.
Friends, this is George again.
No, no,
Everybody else is here just like always.
no, 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 no.
Now we turn to another artist in another field. The man with the magic word. Just lean back on that pillow and for a change tonight, you can listen to a love song.
Got that old type of love, that real old type of love, that kind that makes me feel amazing. So certain, very blazed in our own old type of love, that got a hold on his love.
Hey again, I hope you enjoyed that list of songs. If you want to hear more, you can go to your favorite audio streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Savan, SoundCloud, and search Himmat Singh, and my tracks should show up there. Thank you so much for being a great listener and walking with me through my journey from a shy kid learning Indian classical music to now professionally recording and releasing my own music. It has been crazy to say the least, but I'm super excited to see where it takes me. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the people who helped me get to where I am today, namely friends, family, and my music teacher is my mom and Professor Dalbir Singh out of Fremont Gurdwara. Sikhlens, you've been amazing, and I'm extremely humbled that you reached out to me for me to show and share my art. So thank you so much. I'm going to tie things up here. If any of you want to reach out or have any questions or want to check out my music, you know where to find me. Thank you so much for listening.
He's a Brooklyn-based musician and social justice advocate and educator who has embarked on a solo project that explores Sikh traditional kirtan with Punjabi anthems that uplift and ignite. Sonny is also part of the Brooklyn-based Bhangra group Red Bharat and is a globally celebrated trumpet player and vocalist.
Thank you to Sikhlens for putting together this event and for inviting me to be a part of it. So I want to start off by taking a moment to reflect on this moment of mass upheaval and mass action against anti-Black racism that we are in right now. A really exciting moment, but also a really horrifying moment of really the cruelty and inhumanity of our system really being exposed. And as Sikhs, I feel like we have a particularly important responsibility to be a part of this struggle for Black lives, this struggle to root out racism out of our families, out of our communities, out of our gurdwaras. And so I want to start us off with a classic Bob Marley song that I did a solo trumpet rendition of called Burning and Looting. So this next piece I'm going to do is a shabad called Tirgar Beso.
like many other Sikh kids, my first musical outlet as a child was doing kirtan, playing harmonium, tabla, singing, these beautiful shabads that were given to us by our guru. And after many, many years of being a professional musician, touring the world, playing lots of different kinds of music, about a year ago, I began revisiting kirtan with this lens of a professional musician and kind of reimagining some of these shabads that I learned as a kid, and then eventually writing some of my own melodies and arrangements of Gurbani. So this is Tirgar Beso. My collaborators are a bunch of friends from New York and LA, and I hope you enjoy our version of it.
तिरकार बैसो हर जन प्यारे सतगुर तुम्हारे काज सवारे तिरकार बैसो हर जन प्यारे सतगुर तुम्हारे सवारे दूस्ता दूता परमेश्वर मारे जन की पैज रखी करता रे बादशाह सहा सब वस करती ने अमृत नाम महारस पीने तिरकर बैसो हर जन प्यारे सतगुर तुम्हारे काज सवारे स्वामी तिरकर बैसो हर जन प्यारे सतगुर तुम्हारे काज सवारे तिरकर बैसो.
Thank you for watching. Thanks so much, Sikhlens, for having me. My name is Sonny Singh. You can keep up with me at sonnysingh.com. That's Sonny with an O, S-O-N-N-Y. And I'm on all the social medias at I am Sonny Singh. Thank you so much. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Sikhlens stands in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. To echo Sonny's sentiments, we all must continue to fight toward racial equality in our nation, and nothing will change unless we do. Our next performers are Jas and Kamaljeet Ahluwalia, better known as Absolute Focus. Kamaljeet plays the santoor, a rare and exquisite hammered dulcimer from Kashmir, and Jas plays the tabla, a pair of northern Indian drums. Together, this husband and wife duo use their Indian classical roots to walk an innovative path in music and art.
you. Thank you very much.
Dhol King Gurcharan Mull, CEO and ambassador, is a 68-year-old international performing artist. He has been promoting Dhol and Bhangra music for 52 years worldwide. In this time, he has become a Bhangra historian, artistic director, teacher, singer, music producer, writer, and choreographer. He is the holder of the British Empire Medal, Lifetime Achievement Awards, 3 Personality Awards, Best Dhol Player Award, and several other accolades. And now, the living legend Dhol player, King Gurcharan Mull.
Hi friends, Prem Pri Sat Sri Akal. This is Dhol King Gurcharan Mull, Dhol Blasters UK. Welcome to this wonderful Sikhlens Arts and Film Festival. I am so excited that you'll be watching one of my wonderful songs are created sung by 4 non-Asian artists from Denmark, Finland, West Indies, and Jamaica. I got them 4 artists together and they learned the Punjabi language and they sang the whole song in Punjabi. It is the first song in the world sung by 4 non-Asian artists. Simply means, Aao ji means come in and make yourself at home and enjoy. From me to you, thank you and let's enjoy.
G
on the floor. What? What?
500 ਸਾਲ ਪੁਰਬ ਤੇ
ਹੋਣਗੇ ਸਭ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਪੁਰਬ ਤੇ
550 ਸਾਲ ਪੁਰਬ ਤੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਸਭ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਪੁਰਬ ਤੇ
ਖੇੜ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਪੁਰਬ ਤੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੁੜੂ ਹਜ਼ਾਰ
ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਯਾਤਰੂ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ
ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਹੁਮ ਹਮਾ ਆਉਣਗੀਆਂ ਮਾਤਰ ਪਿਤਾ ਦਾ ਜਸ ਗਾਉਣਗੀਆਂ
ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਹੁਮ ਹਮਾ ਆਉਣਗੀਆਂ
ਮਾਤਰ ਪਿਤਾ ਦਾ ਜਸ ਗਾਉਣਗੀਆਂ ਮਾਤਰ ਪਿਤਾ ਦਾ ਜਸ ਗਾਉਣਗੀਆਂ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਜਪ ਜਪ ਏ ਕਿਉਂ ਕਾ
ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਯਾਤਰੂ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ
ਮਿੱਠਾ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਪਾਣਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਯਾਦ ਆਉ ਨਨਕਾਣਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਯਾਦ ਆਉ ਨਨਕਾਣਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਪਾਣਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਯਾਦ ਆਉ ਨਨਕਾਣਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਯਾਦ ਆਉ ਨਨਕਾਣਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਚੁਮਾਂਗੇ ਉਹ ਧਰਤੀ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਚੁਮਾਂਗੇ ਉਹ ਧਰਤੀ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਅਵਤਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਯਾਤਰੂ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ चिमटे छेने ढोल बजणगे ਥਾਂ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਦੀਵਾਨ ਸਜਣਗੇ ਥਾਂ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਦੀਵਾਨ ਸਜਣਗੇ ਚਿਮਟੇ ਛੇਨੇ ਢੋਲ ਬਜਣਗੇ ਥਾਂ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਦੀਵਾਨ ਸਜਣਗੇ ਕੇਸਰੀ ਚੁੰਨੀਆਂ ਕੇਸਰੀ ਪੁੜਤੇ ਕੇਸਰੀ ਚੁੰਨੀਆਂ ਕੇਸਰੀ ਪੁੜਤੇ ਕੇਸਰੀ ਹੀ ਦਸਤਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਯਾਤਰੂ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ
ਜਗਮਗ ਜਗਮਗ ਆਲਾ ਦੁਆਲਾ ਦੇਖੂ ਜੰਡੂ ਲਿਤਰਾ ਵਾਲਾ
ਦੇਖੋ ਜੰਡੂ ਲਿਤਰਾ ਵਾਲਾ ਜਗਮਗ ਜਗਮਗ ਆਲੇ ਦੁਆਲਾ ਦੇਖੋ ਜੰਡੂ ਲਿਤਰਾ ਵਾਲਾ
ਦੇਖੂ ਜੰਡੂ ਲਿਤਰਾ ਵਾਲਾ
ਪੰਥ ਖਾਲਸੇ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਪੰਥ ਖਾਲਸੇ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਹੱਥ ਰੱਖੂ ਕਰਤਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਯਾਤਰੂ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਯਾਤਰੂ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੇ
Our next performer is one of three spoken word artists of the evening. Jaspreet Kaur, better known as Behind the Netra for her poetry, is an award-winning word poet, writer, and history teacher from London. She's currently working on her debut book, Brown Girl Like Me, a narrative fiction exploring what it means to be British, brown, and feminist in the new decade. She was recently signed by the world-renowned publisher Pan Macmillan and is set to release her book in autumn of 2021. Jaspreet will be performing 3 different poems this evening. The first one is called The Tick Box.
I ain't your tick box. I ain't your diversity quota. I wasn't meant to be trendy like yoga. I ain't your splash of colour. Literally. I guess it gets to me. Because my lived experience was never a ratio, a percentage, an incentive not to be offensive. But it is. Yes, representation matters, but I'm not always flattered when I walk into a room that is a sea of white. and I'm only there because the balance wasn't right. There is power in truth, and if the truth be told, insidious forms of prejudice are getting pretty old.
Our next performer is Neelajmit Dhillon. Neelamjeet is an award-winning multi-instrumentalist composer based in Los Angeles. He is skilled in both Northern Indian classical and American jazz music, and his music is a reflection of his own multifaceted identity and spirituality. I wanted to take a moment and reflect on some Sikh history. In 1914, the Kamagata Maru, a Japanese steamship, was carrying 376 immigrants from British India, the majority of whom were Sikhs, and became the first ship carrying migrants to be turned away by Canada. The consequences were felt throughout the British Empire, and several hundreds of Sikhs were returned home to join an armed struggle against the British that would later be brutally crushed by colonial authorities. The Sikh experience in the West would be defined by this event. And now we introduce Neelajmit Dhillon.
Smell the scent of courage. 376 passengers, one luggage, clothes on one's back, a ticket bought in trust for a one-way journey, a chosen uprootedness. Leave the weeds of a system in failure behind, because in looking back, one has experienced a corrupt government, and lines of human suffering unveil the truth. Sail away from this British rule. He is a tyrant. Don't release this moment, passenger. The ability to depart, to move in confidence through the sludge of oppression. There is always a reason to say goodbye. Journeys don't happen by coincidence, they are planned. Believe in the power of desire, a plea for change. Always keep the quest of life, the expedition towards equality. Rites of passage. Who is free? A month at sea. Bodies detained in the Vancouver harbor. Hurry, bind, fasten. Let the eyes record a narrative now ingrained in their psyche, one of which will be passed down to generations to come. Remember, the body is a vessel, a memory holder. On the shores of this Canadian soil, men pale as ghosts, standing as borders with judgment in their souls. They clench their fists with threats. White Canada forever, their intent and fear in their stance. The ship still sways, carrying a community in escape of tyranny, only to be in limbo. A recycling of another. Bring in the Shore Committee. Kinship of humanity, advocates for passengers in all forms. We all must take turns standing up to, speaking up for one another. The struggle is a collective. Bonds are multiple. India may have been the origin of this ship's descent, but never forget the root is the human condition. Visible identity is an illusion, and practices of hierarchy are on the loose.
And now we have Jaspreet Kaur joining us again, sharing her second piece, Us versus Them.
A mentality, permanently ingrained, a lack of impartiality, a mentality of one tribe, one leader, conquerors of all, watching one denomination rise as the others fall. History has shown us that a group is at risk of getting marginalised, or at least probably penalised for simply being different. A scapegoat. As if we need someone to blame for our pain. We need someone to blame when we feel we aren't the same. They have everything to lose. We have everything to gain. You've probably seen Nazi propaganda against Jews, or how the colour of one's skin or their religion is used as an excuse. You've probably seen it on the news. Immigrants stole our jobs and other types of abuse. This kind of division forces people to hide. This kind of division has made grown men cry. This kind of division has cost thousands of lives. This kind of division can cause genocide. But now this hate can come from trolls and their tweets. Gossip, comment, bully, we all want a piece. Imagine scrolling through Instagram comments, seeing nothing but hate about your skin, your faith, your race, or maybe your weight. Those words turn into labels for the whole world to see. This is the new us versus them, just a screen in between. Once we click and send, it's hard to really take it back. And it can still cost lives. Caroline Flack. There are always two sides to every story. There will always be losers and there will always be glory. But we should say, hold up, pause, wait. What does glory even mean when it's carrying so much hate? The us versus them mentality is like sandpaper to one's individuality. We trim and edit our personality to fit into what we're told to do. But don't you want something new? Can this new generation be the moment of change, where the whole us versus them gets shook up and rearranged? A more harmonious social exchange? Could we be more kind? Can you question and challenge what you might see online?
I'm excited to introduce our next performer, Dhananjay Chauhan. Dhananjay is a leading transgender activist in North India who gained widespread notoriety after becoming the first transgender student at Punjab University following the landmark judgment of 2014 and adding a third gender to India. She also advocated for building a transgender bathroom in a public university and is the subject of a 2-hour documentary entitled Admitted, following her journey as a trans woman. Sikhlens is continued to supporting the LGBTQIA community in art and film, and we are excited to foster growth in all areas and support the inclusivity of all artists.
ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ। ਮੈਂ ਧਨੰਜੇ ਚੌਹਾਨ ਸਿੱਖਲੈਂਸ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਐਡਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਰੂਬਰੂ ਹੋਣ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਦਿਲ ਦੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਸਾਂਝੀਆਂ ਕਰਨ ਨੂੰ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਗੀਤ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹਾਂ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਇੱਕ ਗੀਤ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹਾਂ। ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ ਲੋਕ ਗੀਤ ਹੈ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਲੋਕ ਗੀਤ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਗਾਇਆ ਹੈ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਂ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝਾ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਉਹ ਸੁਰਿੰਦਰ ਕੌਰ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਗਾਇਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਸੰਦ ਆਏਗਾ। ਲੰਘ ਆ ਜਾ ਪਤਨ ਚਨਾ ਦਾ ਯਾਰ, ਲੰਘ ਆ ਜਾ ਪਤਨ ਚਨਾ ਦਾ, ਲੰਘ ਆ ਜਾ ਪਤਨ ਚਨਾ ਦਾ ਯਾਰ, ਲੰਘ ਆ ਜਾ ਪਤਨ ਚਨਾ ਦਾ। ਸਿਰ ਸਦਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਨਾ, ਸਿਰ ਸਦਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਯਾਰ, ਲੰਘ ਆ ਜਾ ਪਤਨ ਚਨਾ ਦਾ, ਲੰਘ ਆ ਜਾ ਪਤਨ ਚਨਾ ਦਾ ਯਾਰ, ਲੰਘ ਆ ਜਾ ਪਤਨ ਚਨਾ ਦਾ। ਸਿਰ ਸਦਕਾ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਯਾਰ, ਲੰਘ ਆ ਜਾ ਪਤਨ ਚਨਾ ਦਾ। ਮੇਰੇ ਕਾਗ ਬਨੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਬੋਲਿਆ, मेरे तदड़ी द जिउड़ा डोलिया यार वे मैं मंदड़ा बोल न बोलिया वे मैं मंदड़ा बोल न बोलिया यार लंघ आजा पतन चना दा लंघ आजा पतन चना दा यार लंघ आजा पतन चना दा वे मैं दूरों दिथा माही आउंदा हथ कंगना ते बाहां लटकाउंदा यार सानू रमजान नाल बुलाउंदा सानू रमजान नाल बुलाउंदा यार लंघ आजा पतन चना दा लंघ आजा पतन चना दा यार लंघ आजा पतन चना दा मेरे गल विच सुई सुई अंगियां वे मैं नाल पिया दे मंगियां यार चाहे चंगियां ते चाहे मंदियां चाहे चंगियां ते चाहे मंदियां यार लंघ आजा पतन चना दा लंघ आजा पतन चना दा यार लंघ आजा पतन चना दा वे मैं सुती सा दुपट्टा तान के उठ चले आए मौजा मान के यार मेरी खबर न लेती वे तू आन के मेरी खबर न लेती वे तू आन के यार लंघ आजा पतन चना दा लंघ आजा पतन चना दा यार लंघ आजा पतन चना दा सिर सदके में जावा तेरे ना दा यार लंघ आजा पतन चना दा शुक्रिया। ਤੇ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਮਨੁੱਖਤਾ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਾਤਾਂ ਹੋ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ LGBT ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੀ ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰਖਰ ਰੂਪ ਤੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਵੱਧ ਕੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂ ਤੇ 2014 ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਲਸਾ ਜਜਮੈਂਟ ਆਈ 15 ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ 2014 ਵਿੱਚ ਸੁਪਰੀਮ ਕੋਰਟ ਨੇ ਟਰਾਂਸਜੈਂਡਰ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਅਲੱਗ ਕੈਟੇਗਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਇਡੈਂਟੀਟੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਥਰਡ ਜੈਂਡਰ ਰਿਕੋਗਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਗਰਤੀ ਆਈ ਤੇ ਸਮਾਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਨਈ ਸੋਚ ਉਪਜੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਟਰਾਂਸਜੈਂਡਰ ਹਜ਼ਾਰਾਂ ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੰਟ ਲਾਈਨ 'ਚ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਦਾ ਅਧਿਕਾਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਤੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਦੇ ਅਧਿਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਦੇ ਅਵਸਰ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਜਾਣ। ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਸਰਕਾਰਾਂ ਇਹਦੀ ਪਾਲਿਸੀਜ਼ ਬਣਾ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਸਰਕਾਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਜਾਗਰੂਕ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਦੇ ਮਾਧਿਅਮ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਬਦਲਾਵ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਟਰਾਂਸਜੈਂਡਰ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਕਲਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਨਵੋਲਵ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਪੁਰਾਤਨ ਇੱਕ ਸੰਸਕ੍ਰਿਤੀ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਪੂਰੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਂਡ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੂਫੀਜ਼ਮ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮਾਨਤਾ ਸੀਗੀ ਕਿ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹਿਜੜਾ ਜਾਂ ਖੁਸਰਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲਹਿੰਦਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਵਾਜਾ ਸਰਾ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਚੜ੍ਹਦਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁਸਰਾ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਹਾਲਾਂਕਿ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਖਵਾਜਾ ਸਰਾ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਸ਼ਾਰਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁਸਰਾ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਖਵਾਜਾ ਸਰਾ ਦਾ ਖ ਤੇ ਸਰਾ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਖੁਸਰਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਖੋਜਾ। ਤੇ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਨਡਿਵਾਈਡਡ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਵਿਰਾਸਤ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਦੋਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਿਜੜਾ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਤਵੱਜੋ ਤੇ ਆਦਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਸੂਫੀਜ਼ਮ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਇੱਕ ਗੀਤ ਹੋਰ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ। ਮੈਂ ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਸੰਦ ਆਏਗਾ। ਇੱਕ ਟੱਪਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹਾਂ। जोगी उतर पहाड़ों आया ओ जोगी उतर पहाड़ों आया चरखे दी हुक सुन के नी जिंद मेरी चरखे दी हुक सुन के नी जिंद मेरी जोगे उतर पहाड़ों आया ओ जोगे उतर पहाड़ों आया चरखे दी हुक सुन के नी जिंद मेरी ओले बैठ के तुएं ते पज रोई ओले बैठ के तुएं दे पज रोई माही मेरा लाम नु गया नी जिंद मेरी माही मेरा लाम नु गया नी जिंद मेरी जोगी उतर पहाड़ों आया हो जोगी उतर पहाड़ों आया चरखे दी हुक सुन के नी जिंद मेरी मेरे यार नू मंदा ना बोली हो मेरे यार नू मंदा ना बोली पावे मेरी जिंद कढ़ लैनी जिंद मेरी पावे मेरी जिंद कढ़ लैनी जिंद मेरी जोगी उतर पहाड़ों आया हो जोगी उतर पहाड़ों आया चरखे दी हुक सुन के नी जिंद मेरी गोरे गल्लां उत्ते काला तिल मित्रों हो गोरे गल्लां उत्ते काला तिल मित्रों सोने ते सुहागे वरगानी जिंद मेरी सोने ते सुहागे वरगानी जिंद मेरी जोगी उतर पहाड़ों आया हो जोगी उतर पहाड़ों आया चरखे दी हुक सुन के नी जिंद मेरी चरखे दी हुक सुन के नी जिंद मेरी शुक्रिया मैं अज हुण तुहाडे नाल जिहड़ी गज़ल शेयर कर रही हूँ वो गालिब दी है अगर गालिब नूं ना पढ़िया तो मैनूं लगदा कि संगीत ते शायरी वो अधूरी रहिंदी है ते गालिब दा शेर पढ़ना कोई आसान काम नहीं है तो उपरों संगीत नाल उन्होंने पिरो के दुनिया के सामने प्रस्तुत करना इतना आसान नहीं है मैं कोशिश कर रही हूँ कि वो उसी तरह पेश करा जे कोई त्रुटि हुए कोई गलती हुई तो मैं माफ़ी चाहूँगी दिल नादान तुझे हुआ क्या है दिल नादान तुझे हुआ क्या है आखिर इस दर्द की दवा क्या है दिल नादान तुझे हुआ क्या है जबकि तुझ बिन नहीं कोई मौजूद जबकि तुझ बिन नहीं कोई मौजूद फिर ये हंगामा ऐ खुदा क्या है दिल नादान तुझे हुआ क्या है आखिर इस दर्द की दवा क्या है दिल नादान जान तुम पर निसार करता हूँ जान तुम पर निसार करता हूँ मैं नहीं जानता वफा क्या है दिल नादान तुझे हुआ क्या है आखिर इस दर्द की दवा क्या है दिल नादा। शुक्रिया। तो मैं हुण जिहड़ा एक गीत लास्ट पेश कर रही हैं मैं उम्मीद करती तुहानूं पसंद आएगा। ये गज़ल है तो मैनूं बहुत पसंद है ते आशा करती तुहानूं पसंद आएगा। बहुत बड़े शायर हुए हैं बशीर बद्र साहब, उन्हां दी गज़ल है ते राग मालकौंस के ऊपर ही आधारित है। भूल शायद बहुत बड़ी कर ली, भूल शायद बहुत बड़ी कर ली, दिल दुनिया से दोस्ती कर ली, भूल शायद बहुत बड़ी कर ली, भूल शायद बहुत बड़ी कर ली, दिल दुनिया से दोस्ती कर ली, भूल शायद बहुत बड़ी कर ली। तुम मोहब्बत को खेल कहते हो, तुम मोहब्बत को खेल कहते हो, हमने बर्बाद जिंदगी कर ली, हमने बर्बाद जिंदगी कर ली, दिल दुनिया से दोस्ती कर ली, भूल शायद बहुत बड़ी कर ली। उसने देखा बड़ी नायत से, उसने देखा बड़ी नायत से, आँखों आँखों में बात भी कर ली, आँखों में बात भी कर ली, दिल दुनिया से दोस्ती कर ली, भूल शायद बहुत बड़ी कर ली। आशिकी में बहुत ज़रूरी है, आशिकी में बहुत ज़रूरी है, बेवफाई कभी कभी कर ली, बेवफाई कभी कभी कर ली, दिल दुनिया से दोस्ती कर ली, भूल शायद बहुत बड़ी कर ली। हम नहीं जानते चिरागों ने, हम नहीं जानते चिरागों ने, क्यों अंधेरों से दोस्ती कर ली, क्यों अंधेरों से दोस्ती कर ली, दिल दुनिया से दोस्ती कर ली, भूल शायद बहुत बड़ी कर ली। धड़कने दफन हो गई होंगी, धड़कनें दफन हो गई होंगी, दिल में दीवार क्यों खड़ी कर ली, दिल में दीवार क्यों खड़ी कर ली, दिल ने दुनिया से दोस्ती कर ली, भूल शायद बहुत बड़ी कर ली, भूल शायद बहुत बड़ी कर ली। शुक्रिया।
Ramneek Singh is an internationally acclaimed Indian-born Canadian Hindustani classical vocalist originally from New Delhi, India. Now based in Canada, she has created her own niche in the music world through her unique style. Coming from the rich lineage of Ustad Amir Khan's Indore Gharana, Ramneek is proficient in musical genres like Khayal, Thumri, Bhajan, Sufiyana, and folk. She has developed her unique style of presenting Shabad Gurbani in classical genre, for which she has been critically acclaimed. She has performed all over Canada, USA, UK, Australia, and India, and her mesmerizing voice that spans 3 octaves leaves a lasting effect on audiences.
बंदे बंदगी इख्तियार बंदगी इख्तियार बंदे बंदगी इख्तियार बंदगी इख्तियार साहिब रोस धरो के प्यार साहिब रोस धरो के प्यार बंदे बंदगी इख्तियार बंदगी इख्तियार बंदगी इख्तियार फरमान तेरा सिर ऊपर फरमान तेरा सिर ऊपर फिर ना करत विचार तू ही दरिया तू ही करिया तू ही दरिया तू ही करिया तुझे ते निस्तार तुझे ते निस्तार बंदे बंदगी इख्तियार बंदगी इख्तियार बंदगी इख्तियार नाम तेरा आधार मेरा इख्तियार बंदगी इख्तियार साहिब रोस धरो के प्यार साहिब रोस धरो के प्यार बंदे बंदगी इख्तियार बंदगी इख्तियार बंदगी जा जा रे जा मेरी जा लंगर जा जा रे जा मेरी जा लंगर मोहे अब न सताओ जा जा रे जा मेरी जा लंगर जा जा रे जा मेरी जा लंगर मोहे अब न सताओ जा जा रे जा मेरी जा लंगर जा मोहे अब न सताओ जा जा रे जा बेरी जा लंगरवा तानों तनन तदीप तदर धानी तानों तनन तदीप तदर धान तानों तनन तदीप तदर धानी तानों तनन तदीप तानों तन तानों तन
Thank you so much for listening. The composition that I started with, Ja Ja Re Ja, I have written it and composed it myself. I hope you all enjoyed it. And the second composition was actually a very famous tarana from my gharana, Indore gharana, and has been widely popularized by my Grand Guru Ustad Amir Khan Sahib, who also popularized these styles of taranas, which were basically, you know, the authentic style of tarana singing as it was instituted by Hazrat Amir Khusro, who wrote these taranas.
Our next performer is Sukhdeep Singh, better known as El Fresh the Lion. The Australian hip-hop artist and lyricist centers his work around shedding light on inequality. Calling on his community work and Sikh faith for lyrical inspiration, he centers his purpose in bringing people together of all walks of life. Growing up, El Fresh studied the tabla, an Indian classical percussion instrument, and says that was the foundation of understanding of how rhythm worked. And now, El Fresh the Lion performs Victory in One live at the Newton Social Club.
And what I ask is for everybody here to just be a little bit more conscious. I haven't asked this at any other show so far, but this is our 4th show in a row this week. So we need your energy more than ever, because being on the road, as amazing as it is, it can also be very draining. So as much as you give it, we can give back right to you. So we're gonna give our best anyway, but like I'm saying, if we can get your vibes and feel that throughout the rest of the evening, you guys are so important to the show. You carry us. You carry us. So we're gonna do it like this. What I like to see right now is I know that the time has come for us to stand as one and touch the sun. It's time to get the job done. If you feel what I'm saying, let me see you put up your ones. Put up your ones. Sydney, put up your ones.
All the second stage tanks now pressurized. 35 seconds and counting. We are still go 30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 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 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence.
I became a star. In the final minute, it's beginning, just winning my training since the beginning. It's got me this far. Each minute is something my maneuvers became weapons. My dedication is epic, second and none. Run from mistakes, I get it in better. We great lessons to me. Impossible means that it's never been done. So I strive to tackle it, visualize and imagine it. Try to capture it. Every move is accurate. Each strike's a catalyst. Opponents can't fathom it. My drive is hazardous. You get crossed like a catalyst. I will always rise. When against 500 men, see the their eyes whenever I deliver punishment. Roots are underground, I'm tunneling, I'm thundering, leaving a body stuck and wondering. That's the victory. You want to take it in, and I'm gonna give it out. And I'm gonna rise up, cause that's what I am all about. And I'm gonna stay strong, always carry on. Never give it up until the game is won. Show them all the victory. Never let them get to me. I create history when I reach the victory. Show them all the victory. Never let them get to me. I create history when I reach the victory.
I got the victory, you got the victory. Hey, you got the victory, we got the victory. Yeah, I got the victory, you got the victory. You got the victory, we got the victory.
I always shake my confidence for arrogance. You never had a chance. When I fall, I stand tall and make you fall like an avalanche. Conjure up the force of the titan. When I'm riding and reviving, you're lying doors to let it roar like a lion. Victory's a relationship between the right moment and patience. You become a master when you understand the basics. When I elevate, I don't concentrate on the hatred. My focus is honed in, so when I'm born, it's one one for the ages. Live my game higher and straight to die. You're like a firefight with iron mic. This when the time is right. Look on the minute for most guys that finish riding so close. But that's when my passion and drive goes in the overdose. It's the on course. Champions always on court. Overcoming one struggle means I can overcome it all. No doubt in my mind. When I'm rhyming the proof, I'm like Jordan on the final play, rising and shoot. Your mama take it in, I'ma give it out. I'ma rise up cause that's what I am all about. And I'ma stay strong, always carry on. Never giving up until the game is won. Show 'em all the never let them get to me. I create it when I reach the victory. Show 'em all the never let them get to me. I create it when I reach them. Gotta stand up, get your damn hands up. Stand up, get your damn hands up. That's what hustle, energy and drive, hunger, power. It's over in the mind. Gotta stand up, get your damn hands up. Stand up, get your damn hands up. That's what hustle, energy and drive, hunger, power. It's over in the mind. 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 Welcome to the world, where people ain't afraid to be jealous. Where it's like you win if you never acted overzealous. Inspiration finds the mind when I'm hanging with the fellas. What the politicians speak, but they show what they tell us. So when they say shit, just remix like acapellas. I just want to spell it, but they speak so much that you can smell it. Dropping bombs like melons, but camouflage is charades so they can sell it. Man, it's a menace, just like Dennis. I want my mind to be in a golden state when I meditate. Escape like Cinderella to be free like Mandela. Set from the rain like an umbrella, which ends up out of the vanilla ice cream. Human beings have the need for cheese, like mozzarella. Never ever let the weatherman predict the weather. I decide when the sun shines in my lifetime. And one in the skies in the night sky. What? Constellations with my fingertips, careful when my finger slips. Holding tight, trying to get a grip. What it really is, losing conscious is like a sedative. They say life's a trip, but man, it's all relative. Rappers ain't in tune now with the fifth element. Rhyming big words, does it make you intelligent? It's bigger than that. It's got more to do with relevance. Speaking from the soul, cause that's where the true essence is. Fill up my belly, cause I'm hungry as hell like belly. Go through my veins is where you find the evidence. Look into my eyes now, where the real wisdom is. They tried to weigh my eye, but it defies all measurements. Cigarettes, divine intervention being prevalent. When I speak, it's like an act of paying reverence. Preachers get lucky from what the true vision is. I close my eyes to understand what religion is. Studying the world's lessons whenever I reminisce. Much time to strike back, chances of hit and miss. I'm careful of temptation when I see who ridiculous. Goes at the top for the hottest like Icarus. Rhyming to the rhythm is the tool of the lyricist. So I speak till I can't breathe like a vocalist. Now it's time to finish this. L first the name, and postman. Just put my stance for the game. This is how we get down. This is how we get down. This is how we get down. This is how hell gets down.
I would like to introduce Rubin Singh. Rubin has been actively involved in the Sikh community for over 25 years. In addition to being a spoken word artist and writer, Rubin leads classes and facilitates workshops all throughout the US for Sikh youth focused on history, Gurmat, and human rights. He is also a guest teacher at local high schools in Sikh theology and practice. Rubin is a technologist by training and runs a consulting practice for a nonprofit sector in Washington, D.C. And now, Rubin Singh.
So where are you from? Oh, I'm from here. No, I mean, where are you from? Oh, I've lived here my whole life. No. Tell me where you're really from. Oh, where I'm really from? Well, let me tell you. I come from Anandpur Sahib, the city of bliss. If I don't expound on my history, I would be remiss. I come from the land of 5 rivers where my masters walked, from a prison of caste slavery that my guru unlocked. I come from the butta of blood-soaked seeds, with soil tilled by the hands of our shaheeds. I come from where Simran and Seva intertwine, serving those in need with my mind on the divine. I come from where Deg and Theg connect, where justice and service is the code we protect. I come from where Miri and Piri mix, because being political and spiritual is not a problem for Sikhs. I come from where life and death collide, where we kill the 5 vices to let the Bani reside. I come from a serene and spiritual source, but if you compromise our rights, we'll come at you full force. I come from where the saint and soldier meet. We are the warriors elite, never fall to defeat. Our Jakarta so loud our enemies have to retreat, fueled only by the Shabad because my guru's complete. I come from the people who gave their lives for the Qawm, playing the game of love with their head on their palm. My collective history stretches wide and far, the story of 1,000 shaheeds in each lut of my dastar. Where I come from may be hard to comprehend, but a Sikh is not one who just goes along with the trend. I come from the school that Guru Nanak built, and he taught us to be God-connected, humanity-loving, injustice-fighting students. So that is where I'm from, and I'm a Sikh, as you can see. And if you're ever in need of help, you can always count on me.
Bhavan Mudhar is a graduate of Cal State Fullerton and would like to pursue a career in speech-language pathology. She has been classically trained in Bharatanatyam and performs with the Arpana Dance Company. Bhavan has been learning Gurmat Sangeet and Hindustani classical music since the age of 6 and is currently receiving vocal training from her guru, Dayita Datta. She also loves playing the sitar and enjoys traveling the world.
Sat Sri Akal, my name is Pavan Kaur, and I will be singing a Teen-tal composition in Rag Vrindabani Sarang. sa re ma pa ni pa ma ma re sa ban ban dhoondan pani sa re ma ni sa ni pa ma re sa ban ban dhoondan jaऊं मैं ban pani sa re ma pa re ma pa ni pa ma ni sa ban ban ni sa re ma pa ni sa re ni pa ma re sa ban ban dhoondan jaऊं मैं ban ban dhoondan jaऊं pani sa re ma pa re ma pa ni sa re ni pa ma re sa ban ban dhoondan jaऊं mama mare sa ni pa ma ni sa re ni pa ma re sa ban ban dhoondan jaऊं मैं ban ban dhoondan jaऊं कित हूँ छुप गए कृष्ण मुरारी ban ban dhoondan jaऊं मैं ban ban dhoondan Thank you for listening.
And now Jaspreet Kaur's last poem, 47 Partition.
47. Let's talk about that year. That year that our soil became so rich with tears because as it appears the decision had been made. Muslims there, Hindus there, and well, Sikhs, you can end up anywhere. Forget your forefathers, son. What defines them means nothing now. You can watch the setting of the sun on your side, behind your line. Put down your shotgun. Leave it there with your zameen. 14. 14 million. 14 million uprooted from their homes like roots of a tree ripped out of the ground that they belong to. And it won't be long before they make weak out of the strong, remove them. Displaced. Son, please let go of that embrace. This is not your home anymore. You can watch the kite soar on your side, behind your line. We didn't even have a chance to fight a war. We didn't even have a chance for our lions to roar because we were all so sure that independence is here. That's not independence, my dear. That's a remembrance that colonialists will rule us and always will. Like a pill, drugging us with opium till we were too blind to see our worth. And here we are crying for a rebirth, a change. Oh, isn't that strange? This was meant to be for our own good. This was meant to be what we want. I see a corpse-filled train. Now tell me, how will I explain that their bodies were refrained from being cremated? How will I get into their brains that their skin and their manes couldn't mix with the rain and flow with the rivers of my Punjab? 5 rivers, yet 2 are here and 3 are exclusively there. Now tell me, how is that fair? As you sit every day at the border and you cheer, border, border, bringing some world order, losing more than 3/4, burn down those borders. This wasn't migration, this was mass movement, this wasn't an improvement. Please, my dear, just give me your ear. Blood is still spilling in the lands of Kashmir. Wake up from this illusion of independence and freedom, or continue to sleep on in this nightmare. Because we have been living in a lie since that very year. 47.
Our next performer is Tanveer Arora. The Mumbai-born, Texas-based comedian has performed all over the United States and internationally, and is inspired by his family experiences to write his comedy. He was nominated as Best Stand-Up Comic in San Antonio in 2019 and acted in the award-winning short film En Route. Here's Tanveer.
Let's do that for 15 minutes. And now we have, let me introduce myself. My name is Tanveer Singh Arora. That's the reaction I usually get, so cool, that's cool. You know, if you guys like me and if you guys want to remember me by, just remember me by my initials. My name is Tanveer Arora, which makes my initials TSA. It's cool. I love flying though. I at least I used to before this whole thing happened. I used to love flying a lot. I used to love traveling, you know, because I'm rich, so I can do that. But you know what's my favorite airline though? Southwest. Southwest is my favorite. Can you get a round of applause for Southwest Airlines? I don't know why, but let's do that. No, but it's great. One of the best things I like about Southwest Airlines is like there's no assigned seating. You know, you just board. You divide into groups. You just board on the plane and you just pick your seat. And I always pick the aisle seat. And what that means for me is I get the entire row to myself. It's a thinker. Yeah. All right, for those who didn't get it, people have biases. There might be a terrorist on the plane that they want to sit next to me. And that happens all the time, even in a completely full flight. There's always two dudes at the back, like, no, we are good standing in the back, that's fine. That's okay. Our doctors and the wife, we've got some back issues, this is great. But here's the thing, even if I were a terrorist on the same plane as you, there's not much you can do, except sitting right next to me. Be my friend, compliment me on my shoes, and then I might spare you, you know? By the way, the shoes? Huh? Cool, thank you, security guy. You're great, you did it. How's 2020 been? Yeah? Oh wow, okay, that bad, huh? It's been weird. Lockdown's been crazy, man. I started watching a lot of reality TV. A lot of cooking competitions. And anytime there's like an Indian person on this competition, I just automatically root for that person, you know? And because I have to, they're my people, right? But here's the thing, I only root for them till the final round. And then I root for the other person. I want the other person to win. Because I don't want another Indian to be better than me, man. This is enough. There's so many of them now. No, that's it. This is less of a joke, more of a confession, guys. But that's true. You know, me and my wife, we were looking for a house 2 years back, and my wife insisted that we get a house with the gas stove in the kitchen instead of an electric one. So we did. And my wife is really sweet, you know, for the most part. But yeah. But like she's sweet. She wakes up in the morning, like makes breakfast for me, then goes to work, and that's about the time when I wake up. And it was great until a couple of weeks back, I woke up to the smell of gas in the house. And I freaked out. I checked the stove, it was on. I sent her a text. I'm like, did you leave the stove on? And she's like, oh, I might have accidentally done that. And I was like, okay, that's an honest mistake, right? The next week, same thing happened again. And then the following week. And then I realized there was a pattern. Every night that we have an argument, the gas stove is on in the morning. You know what she's trying to do, right? She's trying to kill me. Yes, there's no joke here. There's absolutely no joke here. I'm just trying to leave some evidence with you guys. If something were to happen to me tomorrow, and it'll be in the news, because of course it will be, because now minority deaths are reported, right? So, but something happens to me, you guys know what happened, right? Wow, you're not on my side. It's okay. I get it. It's okay. No, me and my wife, we fight a lot. We've been married 10 years, though. We just fight all the time. And we need the smallest of reasons to fight, you know? Like my wife, she's a trained chef, and she hates it if I critique her food, you know? Like this one time I told her the salt in the food is too much, and she got really mad at me. This other time I told her the salt is like very less, and she got like super mad at me. I finally asked her, why does it bother you if I comment about the salt? And she was like, because by saying so, you're questioning my judgment. And I was like, dear, the day you agreed to marry me, I knew your judgment wasn't great. And my wife, she recently got a license. Now, she's a registered dietitian, and she tries all these different diets on me, you know? Like, she started getting, a couple of months back, she started getting quinoa. Or is it quinoa? You're white people here. Is it quinoa or quinoa? Quinoa. Let's go with quinoa. Just started getting quinoa, and she's like, this is a healthier replacement to rice. And I'll be honest, I started losing weight. But I didn't think so. It's because quinoa is healthy. I think it's because quinoa tastes so disgusting. I didn't eat food for days, you know. You know, I visited India before this corona thing to visit my folks. Now I went there, and I am from India. I moved from India to America like 10 years back, and I went there now, and it's changed a lot, like a lot. There's been a lot of American influence over India, you know. Like 10 years back, Halloween did not exist there, so I never got to celebrate Halloween, right? And even after coming to America, I didn't celebrate Halloween. But last year, I told my wife, we need to buy costumes and we need to get dressed just like the Americans do. You know what my wife told me? She was like, absolutely not. I was like, why? She's like, why do you want to waste money on a piece of clothing you only wear once? And I was like, did you forget our wedding? You know how much the Indian thing costs? But give it up for me and my wife. We finally celebrated Halloween last year, guys. We did it. Yep. Yeah. But as a compromise, we were dressed as Indian bride and groom. But Halloween lasted a week, man. As I told you, I've been married like, 10 years, right? And we don't have any kids. Nothing's wrong. I just want to be happy in life, right? So, no, but my mom, she called me and she's like, you've been married 10 years. You don't need to have kids. And I stopped her right there. I was like, wait a minute. Did you just say kids or kid? She's like, kids. You need to have at least 2. I'm like, why? She's like, well, God forbid, if anything happens to the first one, you have a spare. Her words, not mine. And that's not even the messed up part, guys. The messed up part is, I have an older brother. So I am plan B. I am the spare child of the family. And quite honestly, that's how I felt my entire life. Because growing up, my brother, he received the best of things, you know? Like the best of clothes, best of shoes, best of toys. Like I remember on my birthday, my parents would give me lame things, you know, like board games or card games. And what my brother used to get was real fancy remote control cars. And then when smartphones came out, my brother got a smartphone for his birthday. Guess what did I get for my birthday that year? A phone case and a screen protector. I was like, Mom, what do I do with this? She's like, put it on your brother's phone. I'm like, oh. That made me so mad, I decided right then, whatever my brother has, I'm going to snatch away from him, you know? Like I started wearing his clothes, I started wearing his shoes when he wasn't around. And I even started using his cell phone when he used to go off to sleep, you know? Like I used to text this girl named Anjali. Oh, I miss Anjali, man. Like for 2 years, my brother did not know he was in a relationship with Anjali. Now, years back, my mom was trying to set up an arranged marriage for my brother. And, because, you know, he was a loser. Oh, what? No. But she showed him this picture of a beautiful girl. My brother looks at it and says, wow, she's really pretty. I'm ready to marry her. Guess what did I do? I snatched the picture out of his hand. I was like, nah, bro. I'm going to marry her. Believe it or not, guys, that's how I got married to my wife. It's 100% true story. She's sitting right there. You can ask her. Thank you. Thank you. It's been 10 years of our marriage. I make it a point every Sunday. I take a picture with her and I send it back to my brother who lives in India. I'm like, dude, I win, all right? I win. And me and my wife, we are at that stage in our lives. We are considering having a child. But we're thinking whether we should have a child of our own or whether we should just take a trip to India where my brother lives. Because now he has a 1-year-old. There is no Amber Alert system in India, guys. You've been great. Thank you so much.
Sangeeta Jain, born into a family that has been a pioneer in filmmaking and distribution in India. It was perhaps natural then for her to create a space for herself in this field after a successful career. Her love for media from a young age, a creative mind, which resulted in a degree in Hindi Hans literature, has resulted in her work ethic of artistic perfection. Her first venture in the media was a collection of shabads, which was released under the banner Bharjatya Sisters, and is steadily gaining attraction on iTunes, Ghana, Spotify, as well as Savan. In addition to cutting an album on devotional music, she wrote a short film on the renowned Gurdwara Sri Panja Sahib.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। ये कहानी है सच्चे पातशाह गुरु नानक देव जी की और मर्दाने जी की। जब मर्दाने जी को प्यास लगी तब गुरु नानक देव जी ने उन्हें पहाड़ी पर वली कंधारी के पास पानी लाने के लिए भेजा। अहंकारी वली कंधारी ने गुस्से में पर्वत को नीचे गुरु नानक जी की तरफ फेंका, जिसे गुरु नानक जी ने अपने पंजे से रोक दिया। उस चट्टान पर गुरु नानक जी का पंजा छप गया। इस कथा के अनुसार उस जगह को श्री पंजा साहिब जी के नाम से जाना जाता है। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
तू बाबा दुखियों का वाली, तेरी शान निराली, भूखे प्यासे आज हुआ है, पेट मेरा है खालिया, मैं हूँ बहुत प्यासा, पानी पीना है, पानी ना मिलने से मुश्किल जीना है, पानी ना मिलने से मुश्किल जीना है। बाबा जी तब सुनकर बोले, सामने एक पहाड़ी, उस पहाड़ी पर रहता है पीर जो वली कंधारिया, उससे जाकर कह दो पानी पीना है, पानी ना मिलने से मुश्किल जीना है, पानी ना मिलने से मुश्किल जीना है। सुनकर हुक्म गुरु का मर्दा ने कर ली तैयारी, पहुंच गया अपनी मंजिल जहां बैठा वली कंधारिया, पीर जी बंदा आज तेरे घर आया है, प्यास ने मुझको बहुत आज सताया है, प्यास ने मुझको बहुत आज सताया है। पीर जी बोले गुस्से में आकर, यहाँ कहाँ है पानी, हार मनाओ अपनी जान गर, प्यारी है जिंदगानिया। मर्दाने ने गुरु को हाल सुनाया, प्यास ने मुझको आज बहुत सताया, प्यास ने मुझको बहुत आज सताया। बाबा जी तब सुनकर बोले, एक दफा फिर जाओ, कह दो मुझको गुरु ने भेजा, पानी मुझे पिलाओ। मर्दाना अब डरता डरता पहुंच गया पहाड़ी, बोला मुझको गुरु ने भेजा, पानी मुझे पिलाओ। मर्दाने को देख दोबारा पीर ने गुस्सा खाया, कौन गुरु तू किसका चेला और कहाँ से आया, ठहरो अब तो ऐसा मजा चखाऊंगा, इस पर्वत के नीचे तुझे दबाऊंगा, इस पर्वत के नीचे तुझे दबाऊंगा। हंकारी ने गुस्से में आकर पर्वत को सरकाया, नीचे बैठे गुरु नानक ने पंजे से अटकाया, पंजा लगा कर पत्थर पंजा साहिब हुआ,
वाली कंधारी का अहंकार भी टूट गया, वाली कंधारी का अहंकार भी टूट गया। पीर जी बोले आज भी तेरी माया है, बाबा तेरा भेद किसने पाया है, बाबा तेरा भेद किसने पाया है, बाबा तेरा भेद किसने पाया है। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरपौ निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद। जिस वेले पाप दी रात ने चारों पासे हनेर ही हनेर कर दिता, उस वेले तलवंडी दे पटवारी मेहता कालू जी दे घरों एक लो निकली, जिसने चारों पासे चानन ही चानन कर दिता, चानन ही चानन कर दिता, चानन ही चानन कर दिता। सच धर्म लई आप खलोए, रो रो जगत निहारी, जगत चलन दा रखण आया गुरु नानक निरंकारी, हो गुरु नानक निरंकारी, हो गुरु नानक निरंकारी। सच धर्म लई आप खलोए, रो रो जगत निहारी, जगत चलन दा रखण आया गुरु नानक निरंकारी, हो गुरु नानक निरंकारी, हो गुरु नानक निरंकारी। कतक पुनिया जाचण चलिया, था था लगे मेले, बंदे दे उस रूप निराले, जय जय गाए बंदे। चन वांगू है मुखड़ा प्यारा, सूरज वांगू मत्था, बंदे दे उस रूप निराले, जय जय गाए बंदे। जय जयकार हुई जग अंदर, जय जयकार हुई जग अंदर, था पे चमकारे, कल जुग विच कल तारण दे लई गुरु नानक जी आए। मिट्टी तुंद जग चानण होया, चमकी दुनिया सारी, जगत चलन दा रखण आया गुरु नानक निरंकारी, हो गुरु नानक निरंकारी, हो गुरु नानक निरंकारी, हो गुरु नानक निरंकारी। हीरिए पंबीरिए तू दिता कर केड़ा, अंबा वाली कोठड़ी अनारा वाला वेड़ा, बाबे नानक दा कर केड़ा, ओ केड़ा ओ कर केड़ा। हीरिए पंबीरिए तू दिता कर केड़ा, अंबा वाली कोठड़ी अनारा वाला वेड़ा, बाबे नानक दा कर केड़ा, ओ केड़ा ओ कर केड़ा। हीरिए पंबीरिए तू दिता कर केड़ा। आखिर केड़े बंदे उसदा गिरा वसदा, केड़ी गली वसदा ते केड़ी थां वसदा। आखिर केड़े बंदे उसदा गिरा वसदा, केड़ी गली वसदा ते केड़ी थां वसदा। ओ जिथे नूर वसदा, अच्छा हाँ जिथे नूर वसदा, जिथे प्यार वसदा, सच्चे सौदिया दा जिसदा विहार वसदा, उथे समझो, उथे समझो कि साडा दिलदार वसदा। ओयो बाबे नानक दा डेरा, ओ डेरा ओ कर डेरा। हीर वाली कोठरी अनारा वाला वेड़ा बाबे नानक दा कर केड़ा ओ कर केड़ा हीरिए पंबीरिए तू दिता कर केड़ा तुम शरणाई आया दाता तुम शरणाई आया ठाकुर तुम शरणाई आया वाहिगुरु तुम शरणाई आया तुम शरणाई आया दाता तुम शरणाई आया ठाकुर तुम शरणाई आया वाहिगुरु तुम शरणाई आया अनबोलत मेरी बिरथा जानी अपना नाम जपाया अनबोलत मेरी बिरथा जानी अपना नाम जपाया अपना नाम जपाया दाता अपना नाम जपाया ठाकुर अपना नाम जपाया वाहिगुरु तुम शरणाई आया उतर गयो मेरे मन का संसा जब ते दर्शन पाया उतर गयो मेरे मन का संसा जब ते दर्शन पाया जब ते दर्शन पाया दाता जब ते दर्शन पाया ठाकुर जब ते दर्शन पाया वाहिगुरु तुम शरणाई आया बाह पकड़ कड़ली ने अपने अंधकूप ते माया बाह पकड़ कड़ली ने अपने अंधकूप ते माया अंधकूप ते माया दाता अंधकूप ते माया ठाकुर अंधकूप ते माया वाहिगुरु तुम शरणाई आया तुम शरणाई आया दाता तुम शरणाई आया ठाकुर तुम शरणाई आया वाहिगुरु तुम शरणाई आया
Our next performer is Lily Swarn. Lily is an internationally acclaimed multilingual poet, author with over 4 books to her credit, columnist, peace ambassador, and radio show host. She is a gold medalist from Chandigarh with 2 university colors for dramatics and histrionics. She has won over 45 awards and been celebrated internationally in 25 Wonderful Women of Excellence and Women of Essence. Inspired by the death of her son, she is currently working on her 5th book. Lily will be performing in Punjabi, English, and Urdu.
The robust land of Punjab has given us inebriatedly swaying golden wheat fields, the sound of the tol, the chamta, the serpentine parande wali gut, the large hearts which are the size of the Ravi, the Jhelum, the Satluj, Chenab and Beas, and the joint, the Sanji culture of Lenda and Chadda Punjab. The innumerable dialects of Punjabi, the different styled, colourful turbans, moustaches twirled with a song on the lips and the seva bhav in the hands. Selfless service in their hands. The ਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੱਥ ਦੀ ਨਰਮ ਜਿਹੀ ਆਲੂ ਦੀ ਪਰੌਂਠੀ ਦੇਸੀ ਘਿਓ ਚੋਂਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੇ ਮੱਖਣ ਦਾ ਪੇੜਾ ਉੱਤੇ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੇ ਛੰਨੇ ਵਾਲੀ ਲੱਸੀ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਮੁਟਿਆਰ ਗੋਰੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਝਾਂਜਰਾਂ ਬੁਲਾਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ So then how can I not want to also sway and sing and dance to the Bhangra beat? O jind mai baaz tere aha o jind mai baaz tere kumlaiyan teriyan laadliyan hoye o teriyan laadliyan parjaiyan ke baagi milan kade bal 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 ke baagi milan kade na aiyan ke ek pal ai jana hoye ke ek pal bhai jana mere kol tere mithde nahi hoye bal 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 ke tere mithde nahi lagde bol hoye. It could be this, or it could be the boli of the gidda, ਓਏ ਕੁੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਿੱਧੇ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕੀ ਸੋਹਣੀਏ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਹਾਣੀ ਨੀ ਜਾਂ ਕੁੰਡ ਕੱਢਦੀ ਬਹੁਤੀ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਕੁੰਡ ਕੱਢਦੀ ਕਾਣੀ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗੇ ਸ਼ੌਕੀਨਣ ਕੁੰਡ 'ਚੋਂ ਅੱਖ ਪਛਾਣੀ ਉੱਤੇ ਨੱਚ ਲੈਨੀ ਬੰਦ ਗਿੱਧੇ ਦੀ ਰਾਣੀ ਉੱਤੇ ਨੱਚ ਲੈਨੀ And then there was something which we did in our childhood, ਜੇ ਮੁੰਡਿਆ ਮੇਰੀ ਟੋਰ ਵੇਖਣੀ ਗੜਵਾਲੇ ਦੇ ਚਾਂਦੀ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਲੱਕ ਹਿਲੇ ਮਜਾਜਣ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਦਾ. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji is also my poetry and literary guru. Hearing the sound of the Gurbani, as I grew up next to the historic Gurdwara in Sector 8, Chandigarh, that is what sowed the seeds of my lifelong love affair with words. I shall try and share glimpses of my outpourings with you today. My message remains Chaddi Kala and Guru da Pana Manna. Friends, we lost a young son after he battled Hodgkin's lymphoma. It taught me lessons in humility. Tera kiya meetha lage, har naam padarat nanak mange. Let's begin, friends, by loving and valuing our elders. मेरी पहली पेशकश पंजाबी विच है जी. ओदा शीर्षक है बुजुर्ग. Buzurg, an offering for elders who will pass away, carrying along with them their rich culture. I keep clinging on to it. Buzurg. Hokke lele subkan wale, mithe jaman todan wale, missi roti banan wale, buzurg mere wapas kar de. Tali hetha baithan wale, gurdi sakhi sunan wale, mar janiye कहन वाले, buzurg mere wapas kar de. ਚਾਦਰੇ ਬਨ ਬਨ ਨੱਚਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਗੰਢਾਂ ਭੰਨ ਕੇ ਰੋਟੀ ਖਾਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਮੋਢੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਚੁੱਕਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸੋਹਿਲਾ ਜਪਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਬੇਰੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬੇਰ ਤੋੜ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਜਿਉਂਦੇ ਵਸਦੇ ਰਹੋ ਅਸੀਸ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੁਰਮਚੂਰ ਨਾਲ ਸੁਰਮਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਗੁੜ ਦੀ ਢੇਲੀ ਖੀਸੇ ਤੋਂ ਲੁਕਾਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸ਼ਮਲੇ ਵਾਲੀ ਪੱਗ ਪਾਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੀ ਚੱਲੀਏ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਹੱਸਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਕਿੱਕਰ ਦਾ ਦਾਤਣ ਨਾਲ ਦੰਦ ਮਾਂਜਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਭਾਂਡੇ ਕਲੀ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਕਰਦੇ Friends, I am now going to talk about the migrants who leave their homes for studies or for better prospects. And Chandigarh has students coming in from all over, from many states. I have a lot of friends who have children from Kashmir, Himachal, eastern states, Manipur, Meghalaya, and labor class coming from the Uttar Pradesh, Bihar. And one grew up seeing them. ये ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਅਜਨਬੀ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਵੇਖਿਆ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਸਿਰ ਥੱਲੇ ਸੁੱਟ ਕੇ ਟੁਰਦਿਆਂ ਅਜਨਬੀ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੀ ਭੀੜ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਅਣਜਾਣ ਗਲੀ ਦੇ ਨੁੱਕੜ 'ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਜੂਦ ਨੂੰ ਭੁਲੇਖੇ ਨਾਲ ਛੱਡ ਆਂਦਿਆਂ ਤਨਹਾਈ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਡੂੰਘਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਲਫ਼ਜ਼ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਰੋਜ਼ੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਲਦਿਆਂ ਖਰੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਟੱਕਰਾਂ ਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਹੋਣੀਆਂ ਘਿਸੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਜੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਬੇਦਰਦ ਰਾਹਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਚਲਦਿਆਂ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਕੁਰਲਾਈਆਂ ਹੋਣੀਆਂ ਤਨਹਾਈ ਬੜੀ ਜ਼ਾਲਿਮ ਹੈ ਜਨਾਬ ਤੂੰ ਅਕਸਰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੈਂ ਮੈਂ ਕੁਝ ਘਬਰਾ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਮੁਹੱਬਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਮੀਲੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਦਰਖਤਾਂ ਦੀ ਨਿੱਕੀ ਗਲਵਕੜੀ ਨੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਭੌਂਦਾ ਫਿਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਐਸਾ ਕੀ ਲੱਭਦਾ ਇਸ ਪਥਰੇਲੀ ਧਰਤੀ 'ਤੇ ਇਹ ਇੱਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਖੋਖਲੇ ਮਕਾਨ ਕੀ ਜਾਣਨ ਤੇਰੀਆਂ ਹਸਰਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਿੱਸੇ ਇਹ ਮੈਲਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਸਾਹ ਘੋਟਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਅਸਮਾਨ ਇਹ ਗਗਨ ਕੀ ਸਮਝੇਗਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਭਾਂਜੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਬਿਲੋਰੀ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਉਹ ਰੋਜ਼ ਗੁੱਡੀਆਂ ਅਤੇ ਬੰਟਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਬਾ ਕੇ ਚਾਚੇ ਦਾ ਇੰਤਜ਼ਾਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਜਨਬੀ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਬੂਹੇ ਬਾਰੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਰ ਹਨ ਅਜਨਬੀ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਬੂਰੇ ਬਾਰੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਰ ਹਨ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਲੰਬੀਆਂ ਲਿਸ਼ਕਦੀਆਂ ਮੋਟਰ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਵਾਂਗ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੌਰਨ ਬਦਤਮੀਜ਼ੀ ਨਾਲ ਪੌਂ ਪੌਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੂੰ ਮੋੜ ਮੁਹਾਰਾ ਨੂੰ ਜਾ ਵਾਪਿਸ ਜਾ ਵੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੇਰੀਆਂ ਕਦਰਾਂ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਦਮ ਤੋੜਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਦਮ ਤੋੜਦੀਆਂ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਫॉर दैट And going on, we all know that Amrita Pritam Ji's 100th birth anniversary was, just went away. Even Google had a doodle for her. And I wrote these lines as a tribute to her. You know, her words which were very famous, ke main tenu fer milangi. But I'm going to say something just opposite to that. My plea is, tu mainu milan avenga? हाँ ਤੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣ ਆਵੇਂਗਾ ਰੱਬ ਜਾਣੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਖੂਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਟੋਬਾ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਖੇਤ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਟਿੱਲਾ ਨਾ ਰਾਵੀ ਨਾ ਬਿਆਸ ਰੋਜ਼ ਆਸ਼ਕੀ ਦੇ ਮੰਜ਼ਰ ਵੇਖਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਝੀਲ ਕੱਲਮ ਕੱਲੀ ਹਾਏ ਹੈਲੋ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਗੁਲਦਸਤੇ ਦੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜੀ ਮਲਾਏ ਦੇ ਡੋਣਿਓ ਕਹਿਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਉੱਚੇ ਪੇੜ ਤੋਂ ਛਾਲਾਂ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਫੁੱਲ ਤੋੜ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਪੀਂਗ ਦਾ ਹੁਲਾਰਾ ਨਾ ਸਰਗੀ ਵੇਲੇ ਦੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਦੌੜਾਂ ਵੀ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਹ ਗੁਲਾਬ ਵੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਰਾਹ ਤੱਕਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੋਰੇ ਤੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਦਾ ਇਜ਼ਹਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਮਿਲੇਂਗਾ ਵੀ ਤੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਓਪਰੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਸ਼ਾਪਿੰਗ ਮਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਢਾਬੇ ਦੀ ਦਾਲ ਯਾਦ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਰੋਟੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸਵਾਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੇ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਉਹ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਨਹਿਰ ਕਿਨਾਰੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਚੁੰਨੀ ਉੜ ਗਈ ਸੀ ਤੂੰ ਹੱਸ ਕੇ ਫੜ ਲਈ ਸੀ ਤੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣ ਆਵੇਂਗਾ ਨਾ ਲੌਡੇ ਵੇਲੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ 'ਚੋਂ ਮਿੱਠੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਕੰਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਪਵੇਗੀ ਤੇ ਤੂੰ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਿ ਜਾਵੇਂਗਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਕਨਵੈਂਟ ਦੀ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਵੀ ਮੁੱਕ ਜਾਵੇਗੀ ਤੂੰ ਆਵੇਂਗਾ ਨਾ All right, so finally I have one little thing which I'm going to also read in Punjabi. It's, you know, when I was anguished with the drug menace in Punjab, you know how it was, young children dying left, right and center, and nobody really cared. Either they were going abroad or they were just dying away. It's for them, and it is called Ut ke vekhna soni saver nu. This is for a young boy. His mother is talking to him. ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਵੇਖ ਨਾ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਸਵੇਰ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਤਰਾ ਐਵੇਂ ਪੁੱਠਾ ਪਿਆ ਏ ਨਸ਼ਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਰੇ ਸਦਕੇ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਕਰ ਲੈ ਅੱਜ ਸੂਰਜ ਨੂੰ ਸਲਾਮ ਛੱਡ ਦੇ ਵੇ ਇਸ ਗੁਲਾਮੀ ਨੂੰ ਚੱਲ ਅੱਜ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਵੱਲ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿਉਂ ਰੁਲਦਾ ਫਿਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਵਾਨੀਆਂ ਮਾਰ ਹਾਸੇ ਪਾ ਤੂੰ ਲੁੱਡੀਆਂ ਮਾਰ ਜਿਸ ਸਪਣੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਡਸ ਲਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਅੱਜ ਸਿਆਪਾ ਉਹਦਾ ਮੁਕਾ ਕੇ ਆ ਭੰਦੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਜ਼ਹਿਰੀਲੀ ਤੌਣ ਫਿਰ ਨਾਮ ਖੁਮਾਰੀ ਚੜੀ ਰਹਿਣੀ ਹੈ ਤੂੰ ਝੂਮਦਾ ਰਹੇ ਦਿਨ ਤੇਰਾ all right so let me recite to you and to all the world who knows about Punjab but who's unaware about the epic love sagas of Punjab you know the lovers that grew in this wonderful land of Punjab. So today I'm going to, amongst others, Sasi Punu, Soni Maiwas, Mirza Sahib, I'm going to recite to you the epic love story of Heer Ranjha. हाँ, the same Heer, जिन्हें डोली चढ़दियां मारियां हीर चिकां, मैनू ले चले बाबला, ले चले. All right, Heer Ranjha, he grew up in Takht Hazara by the banks of the gurgling Chenab River. Never needing to toil in the fields, being the youngest of 4 brothers, loved by his doting father, Dido, the strapping lad from the Jat tribe of Ranjha, playing mellifluous tunes on his flute, the Vanjali as they called it in those parts. And then, one day, the carefree youth had to leave the land of his birth because his brothers' wives refused to give him food. Roaming over the plains of Punjab, Lady Destiny brings him to meet his own fate. His weary wandering feet lead him to the village of his lady love, the beauteous Heer, whom he falls madly in love with. Searching the horizons for a glimpse of the comely lass belonging to the Sial Jat tribe of Chang, Ranjha wangles a job from Heer's dad, heralding and herding the cattle. The strains of music that his lips whispered into the flute and the movements of his trembling love-lorn fingers produced sweet notes which mesmerized the girl of his dreams, Heer. Heer stood behind the walls and the pillars of their affluent home and yearned for Ranjha. She had slowly but surely fallen in love with Ranjha Jat. The lovers met secretly for many years, says the legend of Heer Ranjha, immortalized by Waris Shah in his epic. Singers in all corners of Punjab still sing of their love story in doleful tunes that make the hair stand on edge. Mainu le chale babla le chale. The evil eye hunted out their innocent devotion towards each other, their love detected by Kaidon, Heer's uncle. Then Chuchak and Malki, her parents, incensed by her attraction for a mere cowherd, hastily fix her marriage in a huff and a puff. The Maulvi marries off Heer to Seda Kheda. All alone, heartbroken to the point of distraction, Ranjha wanders like a gypsy from pillar to post till one day he meets a jogi, an ascetic, meeting Gorakhnath, the founder of the sect that pierces their ears, the Kanpatas, who takes him up the hill called Tilla Jogiyan, aptly named the Hill of Ascetics, Ranja pierced his ears and became a jogi himself. His wanderings begin again reciting Rabb da Na, the name of the Lord Almighty. He's led by a quirk of chance once again to the village of Heer. That's where she's living now. Miracles and benedictions come on bare feet, silently, without fanfare. A version of the legend says that the united lovers return to Heer's village. The parents agree to their union by marriage. But the evil uncle Keto, he strikes another time. He poisons a laddu, yes, the sweet, and offers it to Heer. Girls were punished if they fall in love. They couldn't marry men of their choice. Well, they still can't. Shattered by this news, Ranja rushes in too late. The deed has been done. Broken-hearted and delirious with agony, he picks up the remaining laddu and eats it. Ranja dies. Besides his sweetheart, Heer, death has an uncanny plan. It brings separated souls together. It joins hurt hearts with the balm of the shroud. The Paul becomes the savior of their honor. And finally, he and Ranja were buried in the same grave. How ironical. Why were they not allowed to live together? That is why the story says that Heer wailed when she had to climb the palanquin after her wedding to Seda Khera. Chardya Maria Heer chika mainu le chale babla. She shrieked piteously, but no one heard how whelping howls of grief love-smitten couples visit their grave in Jung. It's on the Pakistan side of Punjab. Lovers are pulled away with fences and borders of caste, class. Religions have their own agendas. No one stops to see the color of the crimson blood that flows out of our bodies in the same warm color of red. Here Ranja for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that and for listening so patiently. With whatever is happening in the world now, na ko beri, nahi begana, sagal sang humko ban aayi, said Gurbani, and manas ki jaat sabbe eke pehchanbo. I get bewildered by the racial abuse and expansionist designs of the world powers. So what I'm reading now is the product of my traumatized mind. It's called I Wonder. I wonder why I was not born Jewish or Hindu or Muslim or Christian. I don't feel any different at all. I wake up with the same NUI. I stretch at the thought of getting out of my warm quilted bed. I cringe with the same upturned nose at atrocities on women and those less fortunate. My head hurts with the same throbbing if I forget my blood pressure medication. Would I have liked the harsh sun rays better in summer? If I was somebody else, perhaps my friends would have, cracked more Sardarji jokes in my presence. I want to be under other skins in India, to understand how it feels to be born in another faith. I didn't choose the time, place, or womb I was born in, just as I didn't choose the manner of my prayers. I know the Aarti from the Mandir, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare, as well as the Japji Sahib. I really easily say Inshallah when I hope and wish in the Almighty's name. I utter my Hail Marys and my Father who art in heaven, holy be thy name, thy kingdom come with the same ease as I say Satnam Vaheguru. Let's quit the quarrels and wars. The next breath might not come. Tomorrow I may not live to see the dawn. Let's spread love and peace. Instead of bullets, let's donate blood to the living. Thank you very much. Come, let's learn to love once again. एक नज़्म है छोटी सी. जबकि ये पैंडेमिक हुआ तो बहुत सारे लोगों को घर वापसी करनी पड़ी. अफसोस कि उनकी रोज़ी रोटी छिन गई. उनको भूख इतनी थी कि खाने को भी कुछ नहीं था. उस समय जो हमने मंज़र देखा वो बहुत लोगों की आंखों को नम करता है. मेरी भी आंखें नम हुई क्योंकि मैं माँ हूँ. मैंने भूखे बिलखते बच्चे देखे. तो उसमें से एक सीन है जिसकी हम आज बात करेंगे और उसको मैंने नज़्म का नाम दिया है मुन्ना. So Munna is, remember that little boy who was lying on his back on a suitcase while his mother was pulling him in the heat? तो वही मैं आपको सुनाने जा रही हूँ. आप सोते रहना मुन्ना. आपको मैंने देखा था मुन्ना. केवल मैंने नहीं देखा था, जो भी घर पे टीवी के आगे बैठा था उन सब ने आपको सोते हुए देखा था मुन्ना. आप में दोपहर की में उसकी माँ तपती हुई धूप में पैदल चलती जा रही थी और आप एक सूटकेस पे औंधे लेटे हुए थे मुन्ना। माँ सूटकेस को खींचती जा रही थी और उसकी आंख दूर क्षितिज पे टिकी हुई थी। उसके कानों में आपकी आवाज़ गूंज रही थी, माँ घर आ गया ना माँ, माँ हम गांव कब पहुँचेंगे माँ, माँ घर कब आएगा। आपकी नन्ही नन्ही आंतें भूख से सिकुड़ गई थी। कई घंटों से अनाज का एक दाना आपके पेट में नहीं गया था मुन्ना। आप सोते रहना बेटा, आप सोते रहना बिटुआ। सूर्य देवता भी बेदर्द था। अगर वो चुप करके छुप जाता तो माँ को कुछ आराम मिलता था। अभी ना उठना मुन्ना, ना मुन्ना, फिर से चावल मांगोगे। नींद से उठ के आपको भूख लगती है ना बच्चा, ना मुन्ना ना। माँ रो पड़ेगी मुन्ना। अब आपके मार मार के भी थक गई है वो। आप सोते रहना मुन्ना, आप सोते रहना, आप सोते रहना। बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत मेहरबानी। नायाब उलझनों का नया बाब हो गई, नायाब उलझनों का नया बाब हो गई, तस्वीर तेरी आज भी शादाब हो गई। नींदें उड़ी तो ख्वाब सभी भूलने लगे, नींदें उड़ी तो ख्वाब सभी भूलने लगे, शबनम की बूंद आँख में सैलाब हो गई। शेर अर्ज़ कर रही हूँ, निकले थे घर से हम तो खुदा ढूंढने मगर, निकले थे हम तो घर से खुदा ढूंढने मगर, देखा तुम्हें तो रूह भी शादाब हो गई, देखा तुम्हें तो रूह भी शादाब हो गई। अगला शेर अर्ज़ है, आँखें जो डबडबा मैयत को देखकर, आँखें जो डबडबा गई मैयत को देखकर, वो लाश आरज़ू की थी कामयाब हो गई, कामयाब हो गई। दिलबर की बातें होने लगी जब से ए सबा, मकता है, दिलबर की बातें होने लगी जब से ए सबा, सूरत मेरी तूले सहर ताब हो गई, तूले सहर ताब हो गई।
Our last performers for the evening are Kiran Ahluwalia and Rez Abbasi. Singer-songwriter Kiran Ahluwalia and the multifaceted jazz guitarist Rez Abbasi are a real-life couple, one of Indian origin and the other one Pakistani. Mixing Indian rhythm with West African blues, jazz, and Indian improv, they've truly created a unique sound. Their reworking of the classic Qawwali tune Must Must with the Malian supergroup Rubin has racked up over 3 million views online. They have truly established themselves as a dynamic duo in the music world. Here they are.
We are coming to you from West Harlem, New York City. We're going to do a couple of songs for you and hope to bring you some cheer from our living room to yours. The first song we're going to do is called Must Must, and this is a classic Pakistani Qawwali. And so the Qawwali is talking about getting intoxicated, but it's talking about getting intoxicated with the divine spirit. And so, to me, this song is talking to God and saying, you take away all obstacles. So please take away one of mine. Please take away the darkness that surrounds me. This is Must Must. कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त मेरा विरद है दम दम अली अली मेरा विरद है दम दम अली अली सकीलाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त सकीलाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त झूलेलाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त आकी जा मलंगा आखी जा मलंगा अली 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 आखी जा मलंगा आखी जा मलंगा सच्चे यप्पे मण लैणगे आखी जा मलंगा सच्चे यप्पे मण लैणगे अज नी ते कल सारे अली अली कहणगे मस्त 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 दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त Yes.
हाँ
Okay.
What was a good one?
All right. Well, we usually perform with a 6-piece band. We have electric bass, drum kit, tabla, of course, guitar, electric and acoustic, and then also organ and accordion. But here we are, missing our band and missing all of you. But we'll see you soon enough. So we're going to do another song. We're going to do a Punjabi folk song. And this song is called Koka. Some of you might know it is from my very first album, Kashish Attraction, that came out in 2001. So this is Koka, and Koka means nose ring. I'm going to show you my nose ring.
Did you see the earrings too? They're like this big.
I felt like wearing big earrings today. I have bigger nose rings too, so I could wear bigger nose rings too. You're not threatened by my earrings or my nose rings, are you?
No, I don't have that kind of Freudian kind of envy.
There we go. Okay. Nose envy, nose ring envy. So, yeah, this is Koka, about a nose ring and about a girl who's talking. A girl in the villages of Punjab, and she's talking to her beloved, and she's trying to convince him to go to the market to buy her a nose ring. And she's saying that it's not me, I know you love me, but it's like those people over there, those other people over there, who are saying that they need some proof of your love for me. So, you know, for them, to show them that you love me, go ahead and buy me a nose ring. This is Koka.
Such a con job.
No, con job. Oh, just, you know. Well, obviously he's not.
Show me your love. Buy me some rings.
Well, it's a folk song.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
If it was a song, if you wrote the song, you'd be like writing about a watch, right? Buy me an iPhone. That would be your song. Buy me an iPhone.
Well, buy me another guitar. Yeah. not to replace this, but yet another one. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready. कोका कड़वा देवे मैया कोका वेहानिया कोका कड़वा देवे मैया कोका करके काल निभाना नहीं हो करके काल निभाना नहीं ओ इतना सजना तोखा वेहानिया कोका कड़वा देवे मैया कोका वेहानिया कोका कड़वा देवे मैया कोका हाड़िया कड़वा देवे बड़ी चन्ना पुलवे हो कर देने ओ लोकी बड़ी चन्ना पुलवे पुछ देने प्यार दे निशानी दा जो मुलवे पुछ देने प्यार दे निशानी दा जो मुलवे सुच्चे प्यार करे दा नाहे सुच्चे प्यार करे दा नाहे सजना लेका जोखा वेहानिया कोका कड़वा देवे मैया कोका वेहानिया कोका कड़वा ਨਹੀਂ ਤੋੜੀਦਾ ਰੱਬ ਦਿਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹੇ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਰੱਬ ਦਿਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹੇ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਉੱਲੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਦਾ ਹੋਕਾ ਵੇ ਹਾਣਿਆ ਕੋਕਾ ਕੜਵਾ ਦੇਵੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਕੋਕਾ ਵੇ ਹਾਣਿਆ ਕੋਕਾ ਕੜਵਾ ਦੇਵੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਕੋਕਾ ਗਲੀ ਗਲੀ ਵੰਜਾਰਾ ਫਿਰਦਾ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਫਿਰਦਾ ਹੋਕਾ ਲੈ ਜਾਓ ਕੋਕਾ ਗਲੀ ਗਲੀ ਵੰਜਾਰਾ ਫਿਰਦਾ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਫਿਰਦਾ ਹੋਕਾ ਲੈ ਜਾਓ ਕੋਕਾ ਵੇ ਹਾਣਿਆ ਕੋਕਾ ਕੜਵਾ ਦੇਵੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਕੋਕਾ ਕੜਵਾ ਦੇਵੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਕੋਕਾ ਕੜਵਾ ਦੇਵੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਕੋਕਾ
Thank you, Kiran and Rez, and all of our performers. I think I can say on behalf of the audience that we have all enjoyed your performances. I would like to also thank all of our wonderful sponsors. And that's it, folks. That's it for another year. We'd like to thank all of our viewers. We hope you've enjoyed this year's Sikhlens Sikh Arts and Film Festival. And if you missed anything, most of our content will remain posted on this YouTube channel indefinitely. We would also like to mention that Sikhlens will be adding more virtual programming in the next few months. To get information on the upcoming virtual events, subscribe on Sikhlens.com, the Sikhlens YouTube channel, and follow us on social media. And of course,